Hello everyone. The past 12 months have been longer and more challenging than any of us could have imagined. Those bereaved, the demands on healthcare workers, the loss of in-person connection with loved ones, and the associated mental health impacts on so many Canadians are the true tragedies of this past year. Over the last year, our updates to you have mostly focused on the myriad challenges, the safety precautions, the network reductions, and the layoff notices. It's time to set a different tone, and I'm pleased to bring you better news today. Before I do, a couple of very big thank yous. To our guests for your loyalty and support through this most difficult of years. Many of you have continued to support WestJet, and in choosing to fly on us, have helped preserve competition and caring service in Canada. To the people of WestJet, you have weathered so much with grace and dignity. You have responded to every call made of you, and you have kept our operations alive, efficient, and on time when many others chose to ground their fleets. Despite the hardships of this pandemic, I'm proud to say that more than 1,300 WestJetters across Canada have raised their hands as volunteers to help speed up vaccine supply chains and open distribution centres, giving a much needed shot in the arm to reduce the time until we can all travel with the comfort of protection against this pandemic. Thank you for all you have done for us and for Canada. Today, I am cautiously optimistic for a number of reasons. First, the vaccine rollout is underway and gaining momentum. That is wonderful news for us all. I, for one, can't wait for my turn to get the jab. I encourage you all to consider getting vaccinated for the safety of all Canadians. Secondly, we have learned so much about COVID-19 over the last year that has shaped our response to the pandemic. From PPE for our crews to masks on all our guests, we continue to keep safety above all. We announced this week our decision to return to cities where service had been suspended during the height of the pandemic. Charlottetown, Fredericton, Sydney, Moncton, and Quebec City will all see WestJet return this summer. Halifax and St. John's will soon see significant growth. We made these decisions to return because our commitment to Canadian communities is as steadfast as ever. We are returning at the earliest possible moment based on the potential that the vaccine rollout represents. And we could not be more excited to bring our low fares and exceptional service back to our many friends and supporters in Atlantic Canada and beyond. We also announced today that we'll be introducing 11 new city pairs for Western Canada, opening up new destinations to cities that may never have seen this type of direct support before. On the subject of support from the federal government, our discussions continue, and I'm limited in how much I can share. But no matter how those discussions progress, we will do the right thing for our guests and for our people. We have never been interested in a so-called airline bailout. Our interests are in bringing our people back to work. Our interests are in providing safe and affordable travel options for all. We did the right thing by our guests when we unilaterally began providing refunds for airline cancellations across all booked fares in October of last year. And now we are doing the right thing by our people and the communities we serve by returning to the Canadian destinations we love and that have been such a huge part of our success. Like so many others, we are committed to a safe summer restart that prioritizes the needs of Canadians and the economic recovery of our nation. This includes the 10% of our fellow Canadians employed in travel and tourism. We need a restart that safely addresses the onerous travel restrictions in place and encourages Canadians to start planning for their summer travel. Canadians have not seen their families for more than a year. They and we now call on the government to tell us when is the time to travel. As I share our cautious optimism, I can also share that we now see good reason to start evaluating new aircraft for all our lines of business: WestJet, WestJet Encore, and our ultra-low-cost subsidiary Swoop. We are actively looking at some exciting new routes for our brand new 787s and our MAX 8 aircraft. We will continue to look for further international and Canadian airline partnerships to fly from your doorstep to the world. These are just some of the reasons to be positive, as hope springs eternal once again. Our cabin crew members have just signed a 5-year deal through CUPE, the union that represents them, in their first ever agreement. And we have also announced enhancements to our rewards program in conjunction with our co-chair partner, Delta Airlines. In conversations with our WestJetters, I have often shared that despite our 25 years to date of halving airfares and doubling the number of traveling Canadians, the best of WestJet is still ahead of us all. Thank you all and safe travels. I look forward to seeing you on board soon.